I don't know what
Hey,
it is.
Facebook.
Oh, hey, Facebook. Hi, YouTube.
Hey, YouTube.
How y'all doing?
It's
Angie.
every day.
Hey, y'all. It's been a minute.
It has been a minute. When was the last time we were on?
I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's probably been about like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, our topic tonight, or um, anything you want to fill people in on, Angie?
Um, for our topic tonight.
No. So before we get started, and I'm gonna have to redo this too. When Hey Miko, hey Blossom Thick. So before we get started, I want to say, oh my gosh, my tongue is blue because my niece gave me candy. Okay, I just realized that when I opened my mouth, my tongue was blue. Um, I want to say congratulations to Angie. Um, she hasn't shared, but it was kind of shared on Sunday. I was like, well, I guess everybody knows I can share. That she will be graduating in a few weeks with her PhD, Dr. Angie Curve Chaku. Yes, people. She will be calling her Doctor ACC. Yes, congratulations. I kudos that.
Oh,
Kudos.
thank you.
Yes, yes. She has been working hard. She has been studying. She has been up. She has been working hard, and this is definitely well deserved. And we will be making official announcement and having a celebration and everything else. So that'll be coming later. But just felt like we need to. I wish we had, they have the hands clapping on like radio and stuff. So
Thank you. Thank you.
yes, yes. So we've had to get that out the way, and we'll announce it again before we. Well, I will before the show ends too. So
Ah,
yes,
yes, she is excited.
yes, we are excited for you. It well deserved, and definitely. So yay.
Yay, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I don't know what's going on. I was trying to figure out some stuff on this social media so I could share it, but I don't know.
That's okay.
Anyway, hey y'all. Hey y'all, hey.
Yes. So our topic tonight. What is our topic
You matter.
tonight?
You matter.
You matter. Yes, yes, you matter. So Angie says this quite often, and she like drilled it so that I can like finally get it after a few years. That you have to put you first. An example that she always gives is when you're on the airplane, the first thing they say is before you help anyone else, put your life jacket on first. Because you
Hmm.
have to save you have to be secure first. So that's always the example that she shares and she gives, and she's like, Renee, So it wasn't until about maybe last month that I really have been listening to what she's been putting in my ear for years. Renee, put your life jacket on first. So finally, I listened, and I'm like, Angie, I feel like we need to revisit this topic. So, Angie,
Yes, we definitely are in a season. We've been gone for a few weeks. Um, we needed to really take some time. We were both I can't say celebrating, but we had a moment for spring break. And so we decided to just, steal away for a little bit because in life, we get so caught up in the everyday rigmarole of things. And then we tend to forget to even consider ourselves sometimes. Yeah, we get up, we may take a shower, hopefully we brush our teeth, wash our face, put on clean clothes, but we get into the habit. We get in this 9 to 5. We get in, taking care of the family, our work and everybody else. But we matter too. And there is this big thing, and there's also this big stigma about like self-care, and people are kind of like on the fence of it. And it's like, oh, self-care can be selfish. It can be, but guess what, sometimes you have to be selfish, right, in order to be able to be selfless. So you have to be able to take care of yourself and steal away that time of just, saying take a nap, you know because you'll get to the point, and I know sometimes I have to put myself on timeout because I have not gotten rest, or things overwhelming me, and then I'm biting people's heads off, and I'm like, nope, go to the corner because you need a minute. So yeah.
And everything that Angie was saying, I was reading something, and what they said was very interesting, Angie.
Mhm.
It says the reason why they tell you to put your life jacket and your oxygen mask, your mask on first. It says this is to ensure that you do not run out. You have enough oxygen for yourself to survive. And then it says you can help. You can then help anyone else in need. And they said this should be applied to all aspects of life. If you don't have enough oxygen to survive, how are you going to help somebody else?
That is indeed true. And if y'all hear any background noise, please forgive me. Um, so that is indeed true. You're gonna drown. You're gonna be there and trying to help somebody else, but you're gonna drown. The both of you are gonna drown, right? You can't breathe. How can you? You can't. So you do have to be very, very mindful to make sure that you are taking care of yourself first. You know, and it's not you being selfish all the time. Sometimes, like I said, you have to take those moments. People can say, oh, you're being selfish, whatever. You can call it whatever you want to. But that's a lot of times when you've made yourself available, so available to people all the time, then they're looking at it, and then they're like, oh, well, she's not here to be able to do this for me, right? It's I can't be there for you all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I have to be able to replenish. You can't drive, you can only drive the car as far as the gas that you have in it. You have to think of it that way. I have no more gas. I have nothing else to give you. So let's see. So Renee sent me something earlier. Where did I just do
Yeah.
with it? And and it was that's right, you cannot pour from an empty cup. Just like oxygen mask on a plane. Indeed. All right.
Yep.
It says freedom comes with a cost. Is it easy? No. Is it worth it? Absolutely. There is an indescribable freedom that comes with being a follower of Jesus Christ. He commands us to lay down our lives to take up the life He designed for us. I've had to lay many things down in this season, things I thought I'd never have to give up. But, baby, the freedom that I've gained is priceless. Wow.
I mean, when I saw that yesterday, it was just like, I'm like, that, like, you spoke directly to me. Walking in freedom, as you know, when slaves, they didn't just let them go. They had
Mhm.
to fight, they had to, they had to plan, they had to do all these different things. So freedom does not, it's not free. And
Mm.
thinking about yourself, it, like you said, we could be held down by so many things. Our family, we feel like, if I put myself first, what's going to happen with them? So many different things. So that's why she said freedom, like self-care, and really taking care of yourself first, to me, is freeing, because it's like the weight of just saying no, and no is
Mhm.
a complete sentence that I'm learning. I don't
Yeah,
you don't need to give an explanation. No.
right.
That's it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, and so many years ago, um I used to I used to do things, right? And just be like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna be nice and I'll do it. But I would complain the whole time. Or it would stress me out so much that I was like, pulling myself in so many different directions, and then I would be stressed. And then I said one day I was like, I'm not gonna do this anymore
Mhm.
because it makes no sense to me to do something, then complain about it the entire time. It's not fair to me, and
Yeah.
it's not fair to the person that I am helping, right? Because then that's going to make them feel some type of way. And even if I don't verbally express it, my actions, my attitude, my whole demeanor is going to show something different. So if it's something that, and not to say that there's never been times that I've had to put something aside that I wanted to do to help somebody else. Or I might be a little tired, but I'm going to push my way through.
Yeah.
There's certain things that, yes, we'll have to push our way through. But for the most part, if it's something that is not pouring into you or
Mhm.
you're pouring into that,
Mhm.
it's a no for me.
Yeah.
It's a no for me because like I said, it's unfair to me
Mhm.
and it's unfair to them
Yeah.
and the people that are around me, because when I am exhausted, it doesn't just affect me, it affects the people that are around me as well.
Yes. It does. It does. Um, and I think, I want to say about 3 years ago, we did an activity. I was attending a conference, and the facilitator, she gave each person something. She gave like a certain amount of money or something. And she said, I want everyone to find out how they can get a certain amount of this particular thing. And I ended up giving what I had to someone else, and I didn't have anything. And I didn't
Mhm.
understand that. I was like, this lady is crazy. But she said, why did you do that? I said, because I didn't have enough, so I gave it to her so that she could have. And she said, that's the reason we did this example. She said, you gave your last, and now you don't have anything. She said, you never give your last. I said, but I was thinking about somebody else. And she said, no, what about you? I said, but she's okay. She said, but you don't have anything left.
So as you were saying that, that reminded me of, I don't know exactly where it is in the Bible. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know the scripture, but when it's talking about when they were preparing for the bridegroom and you
Yeah.
had 10 women, five of them had their oil, five of them did not, right?
Mm-hmm.
Five were prepared. They made sure to get everything prepared. They poured the oil in their lamps to make sure that they were ready. The
Mm-hmm.
others did not. And
Yes.
they were, I don't know, they might have been lollygagging, procrastinating, thinking, oh, well, I have time to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to fill your oil. You have to fill your lamp. You don't know when darkness is going to come.
Yes.
You don't know exactly when it is that that you'll really need that to replenish yourself. So it's very important that, thank you, Matthew 25, 1 and 4. Yes. So, we have to make sure that we're going to be prepared, because just like with that analogy, now you're left with nothing
Yeah.
and the other girl is okay.
Yeah.
And you have absolutely nothing left of yourself. So
No.
at this point, I mean, literally, and I don't mean to sound harsh or mean or anything when I say this, but now what use are you?
Yeah.
Because you're empty.
Yes. Yeah.
You're empty.
Yeah.
And that makes that, with that, when we have connections, when we're in these relationships, all
Mm-hmm.
kinds of ships, friendships, courtships, workships, plane ship, whatever, cruise ships, whatever ship that you're in,
Mm-hmm.
if you're only the one who's always giving, 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 and nobody is giving back to you, it's a partnership, which means that I give you some, you give me some.
Mm-hmm.
It may not be the same amount. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have to be the exact same thing,
Mm-hmm.
but you should never be in a place in your life
Mm-hmm.
or in a relationship with anybody who the only thing that they're doing is taking from you. That's
Yeah,
not good for you.
yeah. It's what you said is like, yes, that like that hit the nail on the head. And it's time to, I know I can speak for myself in this season, to really evaluate every single relationship or connection that you have to see, does this benefit me? Are we on the point, are we at the point where I feel like I'm not always, like you said, pouring in, and then I'm empty, like you said, and I'm tired, I'm frustrated, because I'm always pouring. And it has to get to the point where you're saying, you know what, this does not work for me. And it's okay, it doesn't work for you. It's okay to step aside, focus on yourself. And I feel like lots of times that's why we tend to hold on to things we know we need to let go of, because we're afraid to be by ourselves. That if we're by ourselves, I have to deal with myself and realize you got some things internally that you have to work on so that you don't accept this anymore.
Girl, and put myself on mute. Come on. That that right there, you know, that's just being that goes from that's that thing of being busy and not being productive,
That's right.
right? You being in a big old crowd that you can kind of get lost in and you don't have to deal with yourself.
Yes.
You have to deal with yourself. With that quote that Sharon posted
Yeah.
and was saying you have to lay down some things. It's
Yes.
not always things on the outside.
No. No.
It's not always things on the outside. It's a lot of times it's the things that are internal that
Yes.
we need to be able to deal with.
That's
And
right.
exactly when it was saying, and when we talk about you matter, you
Yeah.
do matter. And you
Yes.
matter as to where you have to let go of envy, let go of anger, let go of unforgiveness
Yeah.
because you do matter.
Yeah.
And when you hold on to those things, you are holding yourself back. You're quenching the spirit.
Yeah.
That's just like you've been in prison for all these years to
Mm-hmm.
all these things. God has forgiven you. He's taken away the shackles. The shackles have been removed, but
Mm-hmm.
you will not leave out of the cell. It's
Mm-hmm.
time. The door is open.
Yeah.
Move your feet.
Yeah. 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 It is so true. And we don't realize sometimes how doing for others and not caring for ourselves, like you said, we become like a burden. It was at the point for me where I would feel bad about doing something for myself, like, are
Yeah,
you like, don't do this? And I'm at the point now, I'm like, do you know you work hard? Do you know, like, you put it so much in, you have to begin to pour in and do for yourself. And
right.
sometimes if people don't recognize your worth and what you bring to the table and who you are, that's the time for us to say, you know what, it's time for me to leave this certain place, because
Right.
I'm not going to allow you to tear me down, to where I feel like where you feel like God has already built you up. So it
Mhm.
has a lot to do with self-confidence. It has a lot to do with who God has called you to be.
That's
And
right.
that's the biggest thing, knowing who God has called you to be. I feel like that will begin to give us the eyes to see things and see ourselves and do better.
Indeed, indeed. It's important to be able to hey,
Hey, Keisha.
it's very important to get to know who you are in Christ.
Yeah.
And so often we've been told, some of us have been told, oh, you'll never be anything. Or these are thoughts that we have in our head. The enemy is that we've allowed the enemy to be in our head and be like, oh, you're not worthy of that.
Yes.
Oh, you think that you don't be too high-minded. We come and we hear, oh, you have to be humble. Being humble doesn't mean that you can't be proud of yourself for the accomplishments that you've
That's
made,
right. That's right.
right? That doesn't mean that you can't, share with your friend and say, oh my gosh, I got an A on my test. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud of myself. I oh my goodness. We just went to exactly. We are going on, we going on TV, right? We're gonna go on TV.
She's getting on me because recently we had the opportunity to go on the news, and she said, you didn't tell me, you didn't share. And it got to the point where, and I can tell on myself, it got to the point where I felt like I didn't want to seem like I was bragging. I didn't want to seem like, and I really put this was a major accomplishment for us. But to me, I said, I don't want nobody to say I'm bragging. I don't want anybody to say anything. So I said, I didn't even tell my pastor until the morning of, like 30 minutes, like, we're going to be on the news. And Angie was like, what is wrong with you? And I'm like, I didn't want anybody to think, oh, she's bragging. Y'all been on the news before, something like that. So yeah, she got on me.
Yeah, because I mean, it's you should be proud of the things that you do. Now, yes, there has to be balance, right? When I say be proud of who you are, there's a difference of you being proud of who you are, and then you being conceited.
Yeah.
Right. And then being so high-minded that nobody can tell you anything.
Yeah.
Or if somebody's like, oh my goodness, great, great, whatever. Oh yeah, I know. Or somebody's trying to speak a word to you and you're like, oh, I already know that.
Yeah.
You don't know everything. And at that point, when you're thinking that you know everything and nobody can speak anything to you, then you got it twisted. You got it twisted. And we have to be very that's right. You have to be very careful of that.
Yeah.
And yes, there does have to be balance, because even with being able to when I say, people speaking into your life, even with that, you got to be careful and be like, okay, let me measure this up, because everybody can't speak into my life. I'm sorry. I will be nice until you start talking stupid. And then in Jesus' name, we out. Huh?
I don't know if it was you or me. Was it my internet? Because it's like you kind of went out for a minute.
Oh, I repeat it. I said, everybody can speak into my life. I will be nice and listen until you start talking stupid. I'm speaking into my mic. I will until you start talking crazy, and then me and Jesus, we out. So
yeah. We do. We have to in this time, because people will take advantage of you, for sure, if you do not say, I have to take care of myself first. Let me do something for myself. And that was one of the things this article, the person was saying. She was saying different things that you can do. Read a book, go see a movie by yourself. She was even saying sometimes you got to get dressed up in your best and go out to eat, even if it is by yourself.
Right.
She said for the people in the back.
That's right. For the people in the back.
She was saying, go get your nails done. Go grab some coffee. Now, this one right here, I didn't think about this one, but tomorrow I'm going to do this one. She said, go grab some coffee and people watch.
Listen, very entertaining.
Yeah. Go grab some coffee and people watch. Take a scenic drive. I love to drive. That driving, I say driving is my therapy.
Uh-huh.
And this is all a part of self-care. Get a facial. We know a special person who does facials. If you're interested, please inbox Angie. She can tell you. That was a free
That's
plug.
that's
Um,
right.
yes, people love the people watch. Plan vacations regularly. Plan a day with you and your friends. So it's plenty of things that she was saying that you can do for self, for yourself. Ideas that will just help you, just celebrate you sometimes.
I'm gonna tell you what my ultimate favorite self-care thing to do is
But
take a nap.
I need to learn how to do that. I do.
No, but sometimes it's just I love the people watch. I do too. But sometimes it's just you just sitting there and just being quiet. You know what I'm saying? Just being quiet, being
Yeah.
able to really at that time. Yes, people watching is the best to get your mind off of reality. If I don't do nothing, I'm gonna take a nap. That's it, girl. That's it. That's nap. But sometimes it's just you sitting there and being quiet
Yeah.
and being able to hear from God
Yes.
because the chitter chatter has been going on for so long. And here it is, you praying, you reading your Bible, you going to church, you going to Bible study, but the world is so loud and
Yes.
you don't give yourself opportunity to just be quiet and
Yes.
hear what thus says the Lord.
Yeah. And you know what else for me, what I decided like yesterday, I go on social media because I'm for business, then I end up going over for myself. I'm looking and on different platforms. And I said yesterday after I think at like noon or 1 o'clock, I said, you know what? I'm getting off social media for a minute. I
Mm,
need that break because you become so consumed. I'm like, oh my gosh, this person this person did what, like what is going on? And I'm like, but you posting something positive, but you posting something funny. And I'm like, I said, you know what? I need a mental break from social media because it will drive you crazy. And you don't realize how much, I didn't realize how much time I was spending on social media. And so yesterday I'm working, I finished, and I'm like, I already studied. I'm like, what do I do? And I was looking at my phone. I said, don't you go on there. I said, oh my gosh. I'm like,
uh-uh.
I said, no. I woke up this morning. I said, I'm not going on social media. And it's
Mm-mm.
like it was coming to me like this, but I can honestly say I was able to get so much done for my business that I've been wanting to do because instead of spending time on social media, I was spending time focusing on that. And we don't realize social media will drive you crazy if you keep looking at this person post, this one. Well, I wonder who they talking about. I'm like, oh, did they really say that? You drive yourself crazy.
Listen, not me. I scroll. First of all, if it's too many words, I'm not reading it. I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for that. I'm not reading it. If it's too many pictures, I'm gonna look at some of them. I'll
Yeah,
look at some of them. And if
yeah.
it's too crazy, I will block you. Yeah, because I can't have all that foolishness on my page. But the people that are on here, I don't want y'all to not be on social media because we are here every Tuesday.
Every Thursday.
Oh, Thursday. What day is this?
You said
I
Tuesday.
need a nap. We are here every no, I'm in school on Tuesdays. Almost done. Yes. On Thursdays at 7 p.m. Be on social media, Facebook or YouTube. Just meet us there.
Oh my gosh,
Just
yes. So
meet.
if
Yeah.
you take a break from social media, YouTube not social media though, right?
Who?
YouTube is that considered social media?
Not really. I mean, it could be. I don't know.
Oh, you
I
heard
don't know.
me.
Ask me tomorrow. I'm
Okay,
tired. I don't know.
okay. I
No,
don't.
you can go
I,
on YouTube.
yes, it
Oh,
is.
the Keisha said yes, it is.
Oh my gosh, I'll go on there listening to sermons though.
Well, then go on. You listen. And yes, and you know what? You're absolutely right, Keisha, because you can go on there and anybody can post anything. And also it's a commentary, comments and stuff in there. So I mean,
Oh,
but
I didn't
don't
think of that.
no, here's the thing is that if you I a lot of people they always want to talk negative about social media. It
Yeah,
can be used for it's a very good tool if
it
you use
is.
it correctly.
It
See, a
is.
lot of times people want to use um Facebook as a screwdriver when it's really a hammer. You
Or
have
a
to you have
diary.
huh?
Or a diary.
Listen. So you have to utilize the tool the correct way.
With wisdom.
So you can't worry about what other people are doing on there.
Yeah.
And yes, I have my moments where I'm just, like you won't watch Ratchet TV to kind of get away from everything. But if it's too much, I don't have time. I really don't.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah. That will do it for you. That would do it.
Yeah. But we don't got way off topic.
You
You
have.
matter.
Yeah. You do. You do.
You
And
matter.
nothing wrong with putting yourself first.
Yeah.
And sometimes with putting ourselves first, we have to really evaluate um,
Hmm.
why am I allowing these things to happen to me? Why am I allowing people to, um, why am I putting people first and not
Yeah.
thinking, considering myself,
Right.
and this shows that we can place more value on other people than we do ourselves. And that's not good.
Mm-mm.
It's not good to do that. And I'm thankful to be in a place where my eyes are opening. And it's like, it's kind of hurtful at times because I'm like, for all you've allowed this to happen. Now you have to break this behavior. And it's not easy to do that. To look at yourself and say, it's you, nobody else, is you. So now how are you going to correct this by putting yourself first?
Right. Well, we teach people how to treat us.
That's right. That's right.
So when we, allow certain things to continuously go on for
Yes.
so long,
Yes.
the people are gonna treat you the way that you let them treat you.
Yeah.
So we have to set boundaries for ourselves.
Hmm.
And a lot of times when people say, "Oh, I'm setting boundaries," it's what you won't allow other people to do, but you have to set boundaries with yourself.
That's
What I
right.
won't do.
That's right. That's right. We do. We
Some
do.
people need to learn to journal because social media is not the place to air your dirty laundry. Well, somebody's got to read it. They need help. They on there for help.
No,
Leave the people alone. They need help. They can't afford to
remember,
go to therapy.
I, how old was I? I was in like, it was in the 80s. I know I'm telling my age, but the 80s, early 90s, they had a book that was called a diary. And remember, we used to have the locks on it, so you didn't want nobody to get in it.
No, but listen, some people, some people. Now, this is my take on it. Yes, there are some things that you may need to seek professional help for,
Yeah.
right? But there are some people who they're not mature yet. They may need the outlet. At the end of the day, they may be searching for something. They want
Yeah.
answers. They want help. They want advice. At
Hmm.
the end of the day, you don't like it. Keep scrolling. I mean, I do agree that yes, there should be some things.
A filter. Yeah.
Right. I'm not a trash can, so don't keep dumping on me. That's true. But you have the option to not be on their page. You
Yeah.
don't want to see it, block them. Because
You
you
know.
can do what you want to do on your page. They
Yeah.
can do what they want to do on their page.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
So, like I said, yes, I do agree. There's some things that you just shouldn't say that. There's some clothes that you shouldn't wear that. Just because it's in your size doesn't mean that it looks good on you. However, that's another topic.
Yes, it is.
But if you don't want to see it, keep scrolling. You don't have to read it. It's out there, but you don't have to read. That's right. Block game is tight.
You
I
know,
figured out how to do it. Boom. I might have two friends left. I don't know.
I since we talking about that, let me ask this question. And y'all, please chime in, chime in. So I was looking at social media. That's another reason I got off. So let me get off for a minute because I can get kind of emotional. I'll delete you in a minute. Boop, boop, boop. So I said, I'm not going to be emotional. Is it offensive if you delete somebody from social media, but you still say hi to them every day? Is that offensive if you delete somebody from social media? To me, that's a part of self-care. But is that offensive?
I don't think so because what you do on your social media page, I may not be able to. I don't want to see it,
Okay.
right? But I see you face to face. I can still be cordial with you.
Yeah.
I don't have to be inside your life. I don't need to know that.
Okay.
I have who was that? I have blocked family members
Yeah, me too.
because I was like, oh, not on my page. I don't want to see it. So no, that's right. That's their issue if they're offended. You can be offended, but I'm gonna tell you this: you block me. Don't ask from. Don't send me another friend request because it's a no. If I'm blocked for life. You can mute people. Okay.
Yeah.
See, see,
I'm mute
I'm
now.
an extremist. I'm an extremist. I go from one extreme to the next. Either we
Yeah.
friends or we not.
See, and
I
that
didn't know you could mute people.
yeah, you can mute because I muted quite a few people.
Want to block
Yeah.
them. There we
Okay.
go.
Yeah,
Okay.
I did that for quite a few people. I muted. I don't shut up. Um
Yeah. My daughter mute people all the time. Yes, yes. Because sometimes you have to.
you
I
do.
mean, yeah, you can't. I can't. My spirit can't take it right now. It's too much right now.
Yes, and
Like Keisha said,
that's
I'm not.
why yes, that's another reason why I took a break. I said, you know what, maybe I'm just being, but I guess I'm at the point in life where I'm tired of a lot of stuff. And for me, it's like I don't want to see it because I know it's mess. And when I know it's mess and can see through it, I don't care to look at it. So I'm like, is it wrong to delete people? I muted them, but I don't even want you to have access to me. What Keisha say? Unfollow so you remain friends, but you don't want to see their posts.
Yeah. It.
So if you
I don't know.
unfollow, is that unfriending somebody?
No, because now if you and I think on Instagram, I don't know. Listen, I'm either in or I'm out.
Yeah, because I
Because
believe you are.
yeah, some stuff I just like I said, it's some stuff I just don't want to see.
Yeah, you
And
don't need
also another thing is that there's just some things that I would prefer not to know because I don't want to. And as much as I will try to look past that,
yeah.
my flesh might not be able to do that.
Mm,
And
yeah.
I don't want to be sorry, y'all. The baby is not happy right now. Can y'all hear the baby?
No,
Okay. So, but it's I done lost my train of thought. The baby was crying, made me
it's okay.
think
You
of
froze for a minute.
oh yeah. I just there's just some things I would prefer. I was saying there's some things I would prefer not to see or
Yeah.
know about you.
Yes.
I don't, because I don't want to be judgmental. And I do feel like everybody has a right to live their life the way that they choose to. I just don't have to be involved in it. That's my take on
Yeah.
it. Because I can't stop. I'm not going to now
Yeah.
if you if it gets to the point, depending on who you are in my life, if it's something really crazy, yes, I will say something to you and be like, babe, maybe you need to be a little more blah blah blah. Not to be judgmental, but
Yeah.
because I love you and I care. But there's some, like I said, there's some
Yeah.
things I just prefer not to know.
And I think it's best that way because for me, it gets to the point where I'm like irritated. Like yesterday, I was like, you know what? I need to just take a break from social media. I have to. And I said when I get back on, Keisha, I'm gonna try to unfollow things like you said and stuff, and so we can remain friends. I'm debating because I have like 700 something people on my Facebook page, and I'm like half of them I don't even talk to. Some of them like, who are you? So I just feel like it's time to do some spring cleaning. Some things, like you say, I don't want to see, I don't want to know, I don't care to be. a part of your life like that. Let me say that.
That's, I mean, that's my sentiment exactly. Like, I don't need to be that involved in your life. I
Yes.
don't. And it's
Yes.
not, I'm not being mean or harsh or anything like that.
Mhm.
I feel like there's just, social media is great. I have people who have businesses who are there to showcase their stuff, and I'm able to see
Yes.
that. I have family who lives in another state, and I'm able to see them and, their children grow. So it's just, it's a great tool to use, and I try to utilize it for that.
Yeah.
But to stay connected to some people, and sometimes, just see, hey, what's going on. And then there's some things that really are feeding me. Like, there's certain groups that I may be in that talk about, building a stronger marriage, or building yourself as a woman, or a woman in business. So, you know I
Yeah.
think we just have to, like Keisha said, I love it. It's guarding your heart, and you don't need anyone's permission to protect you. You don't. You don't. You don't. A front row seat to everybody's life. That's right. I don't need a front row seat to everybody's life.
I
I do
love
not.
that right there. The front row
Mm-mm.
seat in everybody's life. You do
Yeah, I
not.
don't. Yep,
I
yep,
agree. I
yep. You're absolutely right. I'd rather not know.
agree. I agree wholeheartedly.
Hmm.
Um, it's it's a part of self care,
It is.
and we don't realize that when we constantly are looking at mess, whether you pop in for a couple of minutes or not, that stuff gets in your spirit.
Oh yeah, that's why you got to be careful of what it is that you read, what it is that you watch, what it is that you listen to. They said to guard your eyes and your ear gates. You have to. You
Yeah.
have to be careful of what it is, cuz yeah, when you're always doing it, you can tell the difference in a person who
Yes.
what it is that they're feeding themselves. It's
There
the
we go.
same thing with when you eat. You
Yeah.
eat a bunch of junk, you can tell. You can look at a person. You look at a person.
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
shows up in their body shape, their weight, their skin, their hair, all of that. You can tell. You don't drink water, you're dry.
Yeah.
You're dry. You don't
Yeah.
drink water at all. You don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you said that, you really can tell. You can tell what people are consuming. If you're consuming negativity, if you're consuming things that are feeding and strengthening you, or you can really tell. And that's why another thing for me for self-care is cleaning up my social media page. Like you said,
Mm-hmm.
I love what Robin said. Everybody does not need a front row seat to your life, and that's the
That's right.
truth.
Right.
Um, and that's why I said I'm lucky, and I'm like, I don't know you. Why do you have access to
Right.
whatever it is that I'm posting? If I wanted you public, I would make it public. But that's
Mm-hmm.
another thing. You need to protect your mind. Self-care and focusing on yourself is protecting what you see, hear, think, and what, like Keisha said, get in your heart. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. That's it. Guard yourself. Protect yourself. Because
Yes.
that's really what it is. Yep. Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. Hmm.
So, before we wrap up, what is the number one thing that you feel that we could all focus on when it comes to taking care of yourself first?
You're asking me,
Yep, I'm asking you, and whoever else want to chime in.
and whoever else. The number one thing that I think that we should focus on when it comes to self care is, I really do love that what she said, guard your heart.
Yeah.
But I think also in guarding your heart,
Mhm.
listen, that's what Blossom Thick said, focus on your heart. Also, in guarding your heart, you have to clean your heart,
Yeah.
because we will hold on to things and it will make our heart hard. Let go is something. Let go of unforgiveness.
Mhm.
Let go of anger. Let
Yeah.
go of those things, because those things will clog up your heart.
Yeah.
What do
Yeah.
you think?
Um, I think the number one thing is like I feel like what you said, guarding your heart. But for me, I would say the number one thing is don't be afraid to put yourself first.
Mm-hmm.
Because in society, we are afraid as women. Um, we are afraid to put ourselves first because we've been taught your family, your children, nurture all these different things. And after we've nurtured all those things, we forget about ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to nurture you after you've nurtured everybody else? So don't be afraid to focus on yourself.
Indeed. I
Yeah.
love it.
Do we have an Angie moment?
Yes, yes, we do. I'm sorry. We over here goofy like a mug. Honoring yourself is number one. Indeed. Yes. Protect your mind, eyes, and ears because those are the windows to your heart
I
and
love that.
soul.
I love that.
Yes. 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 So, what I have for an Angie moment is stop dimming your light. You are wonderful. You are fabulous. You are fantabulous. And so often we will dim our light to make other people feel better, to help so that they'll feel comfortable. We go in and, we want to walk in the room and we're like, I don't want, I'm going to go ahead and dim back and, go back because I don't want to be a show off.
Mhm.
Right? I don't want to tell people that we're getting ready to go on the news again because I don't want to show off. I'm not going to tell anybody that I just sold this $1 million house because I don't want to be a show off. It's nothing wrong with promoting yourself. It's nothing wrong with letting people know exactly how smart you are, but not just how smart you are, how wise that you are. So stop dimming your light. Let your light shine and don't be afraid to know that you do matter. Don't be afraid to be genuinely you. Put your red lipstick on, huh? Even if you go on to 7-Eleven, it doesn't matter.
Mhm.
People always be, oh, she's so extra. I don't care. I love ruffles and colors. And that's who I'm going to continue to be.
And glitter and cheetah
That's
print.
right. Don't forget. That's right. Don't forget the glitter. That's right. Glitter. That's it. You're prompting God's grace and favor on you. Amen. Amen. And I am too. That's right. Don't be afraid to be who you are and stop. Stop it. We dim our lights to let them shine, but it doesn't matter because you light will shine away. Be bright. Your light will shine anyway. Be bright. That's right. Your light will shine. That's it. Be bright. Indeed. That's right. So turn it up. Pump up the volume, pump up the volume.
Base, base.
Hey. That's right. Well, I pray that you all have received something and that you're going
Yeah.
to go out here. You're going to know that you do matter. You're going to do something for yourself that is great. And you are going to let those lights shine, shine bright like a diamond.
Oh
Ah,
my gosh. Yes. Catch us next week. Same time, same social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube. Also, you can find us on all major platforms where you listen to your podcast because we are podcasts as well.
ooh.
Yes. Take a listen. Let us know. Share, subscribe. Tell your friends about us as well. And also, we're on Instagram. So follow us. See you next week at 7 p.m.
Peace
Live.
out, homies.